Hey, what's up guys? Bitcoin continues to build more momentum after that 50% correction. In this video, we'll take a look how high can Bitcoin still grow before reaching the top, then Michael Saylor will explain why he's buying additional $1 billion worth of BTC. Guys, did you know that taxes are your biggest life expense? If you already invest in crypto, you should try tax-free crypto. iTrust Capital is a retirement accounts provider that allows users to self-trade cryptocurrencies, physical gold and silver. In this platform, you can buy not only Bitcoin, but also Ethereum, Cardano, Chainlink, Stellar, Polkadot, Litecoin, and even Dogecoin. Smaller crypto assets such as Uniswap and Compound also available. This platform gives you 24/7 trading access, and it even has institutional-grade secure storage, so you do not have to worry about private keys. When you open the Roth iTrust Capital IRA account, you can buy Bitcoin now. When it grows much higher, you can sell it and keep all profits without taxes. If you want to learn more, go to itrustcapital.com and request a free guide that will teach you all about retirement accounts and how you can invest tax-free. A link to iTrust Capital you can find in the description box below. Let's start by looking at the crypto prices. The entire market cap is currently about $1.6 trillion. Bitcoin's dominance remains about 45% and Ethereum dominance is about 17%. As of the time of this recording, Bitcoin is trading slightly below $39,000. BTC has been trading in this range between $30,000 and $40,000 exactly 1 month. It would be nice to see upward breakout in the next few days or even weeks. Bitcoin is flat on the day, but it's up by 4% on the week. Still remains the best performing digital asset in the top 10 listing. Ethereum takes second place right behind BTC. It's trading just about $2,400. To be quite honest guys, Ethereum has been struggling in the past weeks. On the day it's down by 1% and on the week it's down by more than 7%. Cardano ADA takes 5th place. Nothing really special is going on with the ADA. It's just about $1.50, slightly higher than its 2017 all-time high. It's down on the day as well as on the week. Performance-wise, it's very similar to Ethereum. The only thing I can highlight about the shitcoin Dogecoin that it still remains the second worst weekly performer. It's down by almost 10% on the week. Polkadot looks decent. Performance-wise, it's just behind Bitcoin. It's up by 1% on the day and it's almost flat on the week. Uniswap is closing top 10 listing. It's very close to be flipped by Bitcoin Cash that currently takes 11th place. Uniswap is the worst performing asset on the week. It's down by almost 11%. Here we have quite disappointing news regarding US Bitcoin ETF approval. SEC delays approval of Bitcoin ETF yet again. The Securities and Exchange Commission delayed decision on approving the first Bitcoin exchange traded fund, the regulator announced Thursday. This is the second time SEC has delayed a decision on ETF provider WenX proposed Bitcoin product since April, when it said it needed more time to evaluate the proposal. On Wednesday, the regulator delayed its decision again, this time asking for more comments on whether it should allow the product to trade on public markets. The SEC seeks to understand whether the proposed ETF would be susceptible to manipulation and whether any single market participant would have the ability to buy or sell large amounts of Bitcoin without significant market impact, it said in its announcement. Market manipulation is not something new, but I think SEC's main concern is how Elon Musk has been manipulating the Bitcoin market in recent weeks. The good news is now his tweets have less and less impact on Bitcoin market. Addition to that, he also manipulated Tesla stock from time to time. Once he said that Tesla is overvalued and it dropped by 10% in that day. It's nothing new, but because of one man, SEC should not disapprove what majority of population really want. Just approve the damn Bitcoin ETF and give people a freedom to participate in Bitcoin market if they choose to. One of the financial incentives for government is not to ban Bitcoin, because they collect huge amount of taxes from Bitcoin investors. Here we have top 25 countries in realized Bitcoin gains for 2020. Thailand, that takes 25th place, made $170 million from Bitcoin realized gains. Brazil made almost $300 million. United Kingdom made $830 million. Japan takes third place. It made just under $1 trillion. China made $1.15 trillion, and meanwhile, Bitcoin has been banned in China for years. People still find ways around the system to participate in a great wealth transformation in the history. Remember, you cannot ban Bitcoin, you can only ban yourself from Bitcoin. United States is of course number one. US residents made more than $4 trillion in realized gains from investing and trading Bitcoin in just 2020. Uncle Sam will probably take between $1 to $2 trillion in taxes. IRS should be very delighted to make such a large amount of money from doing nothing. Another cool chart. Bitcoin supply becomes more and more distributed to smaller guys. This light green area represents number of Bitcoin addresses that hold in between 0.1 and 1 Bitcoin. That is roughly between $3,900 and $39,000 in this current BTC evaluation. Now it takes around 5% of the total Bitcoin supply in circulation, and it continues to grow. Many whales do not want to sell their Bitcoin because of their strong convictions in this decentralized money. Those who will sell into the market, smaller guys will gladly pick them up and continue stacking sats. Here we have another bullish chart that may represent the continuation of this bull market. After the first Bitcoin halving when bull market kicked in, soon after, BTC had 73% correction. The bull market did not end there. BTC generated another 20x after that dip. After the second Bitcoin halving that took place in 2016, when the bull market kicked in, we also had a decent sized correction. It was not as intense as in 2013, but Bitcoin still dropped by 40% in 2017 bull market. Since that dip, BTC generated another 5x and reached the top in late 2017. This time, we had 50% correction. It is recovering quite nicely. If BTC can generate another 5x this time, it would put Bitcoin price above $150,000. However, my guess would be not 5x. Market is not a clock that performs today exactly how it performed yesterday. Market is driven by human emotions, so I would say my confident interval would be somewhere between 3x and 10x from the bottom of this recent dip. Now, let's shift gear a bit and let's take a look at this interview where Michael Saylor explains why he's looking to buy another $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Let's take a look.
Why do you keep buying Bitcoin? 3 purchases, large purchases at least, in less than a year.
Well, first, the world's waking up to the fact that Bitcoin is digital property on an open monetary network. And that's pretty profound because it's going to spread to billions of people around the planet. It's digital gold on a big tech network. We have 2 strategies, and one of our strategies is to acquire and to hold Bitcoin. So MicroStrategy is the first company to do a Dutch auction or a share repurchase to buy Bitcoin. We're the first company to do a convertible debt offering to buy Bitcoin. Last week, we became the first company to do a senior secured debt offering to buy Bitcoin. And we put in place this $1 billion at-the-market shelf registration so that we'd have a standing program to be able to go back to the capital markets to issue equity in the future should the circumstances present themselves. And we would use that either to buy Bitcoin or to retire debt or for general corporate purposes. We have a standing share repurchase program, so we can go back and buy our own shares. We've got $200 million or more in that program, and we're pairing this $1 billion at-the-market program with that so that the company has all of its options open in the future.
It seems like you're really very involved in Bitcoin. Is this distracting from what MicroStrategy's main business is? Is this what investors really want you to be doing?
No, I think it's actually an ideal situation because our stock was trading about $120 a share with $60 a share in cash. And our investors told us the cash was trash. It was a liability on our balance sheet. And if we had given it all back, we would be trading at $60 a share. Instead, we rotated our shareholder base and transformed ourselves into a company that's able to sell enterprise software and to acquire and hold Bitcoin. And we've done it successfully with leverage. That has increased the power of the brand by a factor of 100. We just had our best software quarter in history, or in the last 10 years, last quarter. The core business is up 10%. The Bitcoin business is driving shareholder returns. I think the employees are happy. The shareholders are happy.
Let me ask you about when you did the offering for debt, to potentially buy Bitcoin. How do you think about that versus issuing equity? I don't know, you're paying 6 and change percent.
When our stock was 120, we bought. Yeah, when our stock was 120, we bought back the shares at 140 to buy Bitcoin. That was accretive. And then we did a convert offering at 398, and that was accretive because our stock was 300. When our stock hit 1,000, we did a convert offering at $1,432 a share because that was accretive to all the other classes of security holders. And when our stock came back in, we saw the opportunity to do this secured debt financing. We did that because we could get the capital at 6 1/8% interest, and that's not dilutive to the equity holders, and it's not dilutive to the convert holders. So it was another major accretive financing that we could do for the benefit of all of our security holders.
Hey, Michael, I just Googled the term Bitcoin maximalist, and a picture of you came up here. So you've been buying Bitcoin hand over fist, you're raising capital, you just went through. What about Ethereum? What about this move towards proof of stake that we should see this summer? I mean, are you thinking about diversification? Is there room in the MicroStrategy's Bitcoin strategy for Ethereum and proof of stake?
Yeah, let's talk about the crypto universe. You've got digital property, and Bitcoin is the highest, most dominant digital property network. Think of it as like granite blocks in Manhattan, in cyber Manhattan. Then you've got digital currency. That's like Tether and stable coins. They want to be money markets in cyberspace. And so they'll be like the CBDC dollars. And then you've got digital applications like Ethereum. Ethereum wants to dematerialize the JP Morgan building and the banking establishment and all of the exchanges. There's a place for all of these things properly understood. And you're going to want to build your buildings on a solid footing of granite. So Bitcoin is meant to last forever, high integrity, very durable. Ethereum is trying to dematerialize exchanges and the finance establishment. I think that as the market starts to understand these things, there's a place for everybody.
Michael, I want to end by asking you, I mean, you've given us a really good playbook for why it makes sense to buy Bitcoin. So if I'm an investor and I've got money to put to work, why would I buy a share of MicroStrategy? Why wouldn't I just buy Bitcoin?
Well, MicroStrategy's got the ability to sweep our software cash flows into Bitcoin. So we're an operating company that reinvests in Bitcoin. We also have the ability to raise debt financing. So we were able to borrow $1 billion at 0% interest and buy Bitcoin. And so your ETF won't be able to borrow billions of dollars at low interest rates and leverage up. And so to the extent that the investors feel the management team knows how to manage leverage and manage the core business, then we should get a premium against an ETF. And to the extent that they don't, we'll get a discount. So we have to stay on our toes.
Michael, one thing I've learned over the last 9 months is you're extraordinarily thoughtful in terms of how you look at your business and the things that you're implementing. And we spent the last half hour prior to you getting here talking about inflation. Kyle Bass today talked about real inflation being 12%. You've had a lot of voices on the inflation front. How do you view inflation? How does the institutional views of Bitcoin look through that lens, the lens of inflation?
I think over the past 12 months, we've all been waiting for inflation. I think we're seeing it right now. I think investors are saying that Bitcoin's up 330% and gold's up 7% in that period. So Bitcoin is outperforming gold as an inflation hedge by a factor of 50. So you're seeing Paul Tudor Jones and the other early Bitcoin believers thinking maybe it's time for me to double or triple my allocation. Between you and me, I'm surprised they're not increasing their allocation by a factor of 10 because Bitcoin's 50 times better.
Michael Saylor is a legend. His company is about to sell $1 billion in stock. Use part of those proceeds to buy yet more Bitcoin. I'm assuming he will probably buy another $800 million of BTC or so. The reason why Michael Saylor is doing this is because in a few years we will see billions of people using Bitcoin as a store of value. We are nowhere near at that point yet. It's better to be early than late. Let me know what do you guys think about Michael Saylor is about to buy another $1 billion in Bitcoin. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, smash that like button and subscribe for more videos.